Talk to us about making the final.
Really exciting. Today was a match I was really looking forward to. Conrad is a great player. He was winning his matches pretty convincingly. Yesterday was a comeback, but other than that, he's been playing really good golf. And it was a bit of the rematch from '09, which you certainly talked about yesterday, which he got the better of. So I played well. I never trailed, and I managed to just put the ball in the fairway with the lead, and that was a pretty good formula.
You struggled a little bit early on. I guess you had the rights are going on a couple holes early with the iron game. Wasn't as sharp as normal.
I missed a couple greens early, and I pulled Conrad's tricks on him. I was the first couple holes I didn't hit great shots, and I made some great up and downs that reminiscent of Conrad himself. So and then after that I got one or two up on those, or one up through that stretch with those up and downs because he made a bogey maybe, and then from that point I guess I rolled off a couple birdies in there to expand the lead, and the rest was just solid pars.
Yeah, I heard you talked to your caddy about, geez, I'm hitting fairways. Like, has your driver been a problem this week? Or?
No, I wouldn't say it was a problem, but the irons were. It was sort of the flip of today. Today I drove it really well, and my irons were shaky at times. But earlier in the week, my driver was not as good. Never in trouble, but I'd missed the fairway by a couple yards, and the irons were really good earlier in the week. So I think we were laughing specifically about the ninth hole, because that was one that I missed, I think, 3 or 4 straight times by a yard. So to hit it today was nice. He reminded me that I hadn't been in it yet.
You won 4 with an up and down, kind of going to Conrad, I guess, and he failed to get up and down from the bunker. But then 6 and 7, you hit two really solid shots into the green. Just talk about those two holes.
Yeah, 6. I had because the pins were the same. I had a similar shot into 6 yesterday. I just had a good feel for the shot. It was only a sand wedge, but I was away, which on a wedge I'd always prefer to try to put some pressure on. And I just hit a great shot into about 4 or 5 feet. And then the next hole, which I made to win that hole. And then the next hole, same thing. We were both hit good drives, and I hit a wedge into a tough pin placement to about 12 or 15 feet. Sort of a perfect spot though, because it was tucked a little bit on the right, and then I made that one. So that was when I started to feel like I was in control of the match, and then I started hitting it pretty well from that point, which was, I think, tough for him to come back from, because my bad shots were mostly over by that point. I started hitting it pretty well.
What'd you hit into 8?
8, I hit a 6 iron in there. Yesterday I hit a 5 iron and it almost flew the green. I ended up making birdie, but it was dangerously close to flying the green. So today I just hit a nice 6 iron right where 20 feet under the hole. Sort of perfect.
And 9, a little hiccup there, I guess, on the second putt. That seemed like a tough putt.
Yeah, it was. I hit a great drive, and then I had like 215 up the hill, and I hit as good as I can hit a 4 iron, sort of a high cut. I thought it was coming down soft, but the green's firm, and it ran 50 feet behind it. And then when it ran there, if I hit it 8 feet by, it goes all the way off the front.
Sure, yeah.
So if you're ever going to lay up a putt, that was sort of the one. So I hit it pretty good, and it ended up 4 feet short. And that was my one hiccup with the putter today. Otherwise, a good putting round. But that, and I was trying to grind so hard, because even though you're 4 up and you could not necessarily afford to miss that, I was trying to sort of and I just hit a bad putt.
Yeah,
so.
But your putting, I thought your best shot of the day was the lag putt you hit on 10.
Yeah, that was really good. That was one that I just didn't, after having just 3-putted 9. I hit that really a good shot into 10, and it spun all the way down the front right, and now all of a sudden I'm faced with a brutal 2-putt that could end up short and come all the way back to me, or if I putt it a little hard, it can go off the back, and that was really good.
Yeah. What'd you hit? Was that sand wedge in the 10?
It was sand wedge, and I was just trying to. We had 116 to the hole, and
spun it back to like 50 feet.
It's just a tough. It's tough because there wasn't a lot of wind hurting when we were choosing the club. By the time I hit, it was, and if I hit gap wedge, I can fly the green, which that's you don't want to be there. And he was not looking like he was going to make par, so I just sort of said, you know what, I'll leave it under the hole and then with the wind, it just puts so much more spin on it. I thought when I hit it, I had a 20-footer uphill, and then it just kept taking every slope.
Well, actually, when I stopped looking at it, it was 20 feet.
Yeah, it was a really good shot, and it just didn't turn out good. But we'll take the 2-putt. That was good.
Exceptional.
Yeah.
And then ironically, you chip in to win it.
Yeah, the four. I probably hit 4 bad iron shots today, and they were all left. And 12 was the same thing. I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm 6 up, he's 30 feet, and I have plenty of room right of the hole, and I pull it left into a, just you're really bad there. But it was clearly a putt. It wasn't something you chip. It was all fringe, and you know, we got a read on it, and it's sort of a hit and hope because you're going through the fringe, and when that went in, I mean, that was silly. That just that's just one of those days when you have somebody's number, it's your day, and it's not his day, and that for that going in was just crazy.
Now I know you've won in 08. Had you made any other finals besides 08 in this championship?
Yeah, 2000.
Highland, yeah.
2000 was 2000 lost 38 holes to Mike Highland, which was stung a little, and then 03 in the semis, I lost the last 2 holes to Mike Tash in the semifinals, and then lost the first extra hole to lose in the semifinals. That stung. And then Conrad got me in 09 when I was defending champ, and Stonewall was a place that's always been a pretty good course for me. So I felt good, and that match got away. So today, I really wanted the rematch with Conrad. I was looking forward to it, and you know, certainly didn't expect it to be as one-sided as it was. He just didn't have his best day.
Yeah. How do you feel, though? I mean, it's special to win one of these, but to win more than one, I mean, would put you in a pretty rarefied air. I mean, what are your thoughts about winning multiple ones of these?
I love Aronimink, so going into this year, I sort of thought that if I was playing well, it could set up for me. So I never really tried to think too much about that question until right now, because to get too ahead of yourself. But yeah, that would be, I mean, it's the, I don't know who the names are, but it's, I presume Jay Siegel and you know, Chris Lang certainly, I know, and some others, Jay Wood Platt, and some of those that you see on the posters. It would be great. It would be great. I don't know Alex, who I'm playing tomorrow, but I know everybody says he's really playing well, and but I'm just going to go keep doing what I'm doing because you know, so far it's been a pretty smooth sailing this week.
Sure.